The Propcast on the Sports Gam Podcast Network is brought to you by Kalsh. Make real money predicting sports. Kalsh is available in every state, and you also get $20 for free when you sign up with the promo code SGPN. That's Kalsh, promo code SGPN. And welcome, everyone, to the Propcast here on the Sports Gam Podcast Network. Currently Monday afternoon, February 2nd, around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm Rosenberg. The show once again joined by Rosenberg together and break down our favorite props for the Monday card, both for the NBA and for the NHL. Adam, how's it going with you? What's up?
We only got a couple days till they go on Olympic break, but happy we went what 1 and 2 on the NHL, but we had the goal.
I went 1 and 2, but I hit my best bet, so I guess it could be worse.
Actually, I went 2 and 1. Sorry, it was 2 and 1 because we only had one game, and I got the Nazar shots on goal, and then I got the Bedard goal. And
I had the Bay points and rebounds.
Yeah. Mason was a tool.
Yeah, happens. Fantilli, I don't think even played the game, so he just.
I looked at his box score. I'm like, he knows that this game is now, right?
Yeah, he didn't show up, so it's fine. But either way, once again, we're here to break down some games. A lot of NHL games, not many NBA games, but either way, as all of you know, we'll still find 3 plays each and give out some more. A reminder that we have the Super Bowl show coming up in a couple of days. And, of course, we are doing a different schedule than normal because the NHL is taking a break for the Olympics. So we are going to be doing another episode on Thursday. So keep an eye out for that. But either way, before we get into our favorite props for the cards, a reminder that the Sports Gam Podcast is giving out 60 bets for Super Bowl 60. And on top of that, a free $1,000 Squares pool for listeners. Go to sportsgampodcast.com/squares to enter today for the Super Bowl contest. So starting off with the, of course, first play on the card. Adam, what do you like?
I'm just actually entering it in right now, but we're going to go with Jackie Quinn. He doesn't really go by Jackie, but Jack Quinn goal plus 370 against the Florida Panthers. I actually do like goals in this game because Bob's is playing and I think Lions is starting. And so I don't really love either of them, but Quinn has been, let me pull him up on my little skater guides. Quinn over the last 5 games, he's had an individual course score of 4 per game. Not a ton of shots, but he's been part of 5 high danger chances that he is causing per game. I like him. I like his point is even money, but him to score a goal is plus 370. I just like the value a little bit more on him to score a goal. You can bet them both if you like, but 370 to score a goal for a guy who's just in the mix with all this. He is on power play. He's on the power play too. I don't think power play is really going to be a factor though. When it comes to the Panthers, it's their 5-on-5 that I'm fading. So give me Jack Quinn on the Buffalo Sabres. Anytime goal plus 370.
I'll ask you in general, not really related to your play, but it does involve the Sabres. Do you think they actually get over the finish line and make the playoffs?
No.
You do not?
No.
Okay. So who do you have taking their place?
Let me look.
Is there a reason why you're not exactly? What do you think the goaltending's not good enough? Do you think the depth?
I think that they're like metrics wise, they're not actually good. Like their metrics wise, they give up too many shots, they give up too many goals. Like they're not a strong defensive team. I'm not crazy. Let me wild card this or do whatever. So they would have to get over. Oh, okay. So, the Bruins are sitting in there. I do like the Caps. I like the Caps goaltending to be able to make a push in there. I guess you're right. Maybe the Sabres do get in.
That's kind of what I'm saying. The bottom of the East is not very
bad. Good. Yeah. Well, I'm all fade on the Panthers. Panthers have a lot of room to make up.
Yeah.
This Columbus team is slightly getting better, but
they fired their coach, so you could argue that's a new coach bump.
The Caps are hard to argue with because when they're healthy, you and I really like that team. Logan's like 3rd in Vezina odds.
I'm not as high on the Capitals as I was on previous years. That power play has been a mess, which used to be their bread and butter, but it has just not been a very good unit this season. Which is
it hasn't. But they just shoot so much, and our boy Chychrun's on it.
I know. Our boy Chychrun. I'm just pointing out for a team that had OV dominating the power play for multiple decades, the power play stinks, which I have to point out because it has been a really bad unit. So I don't know. Not many good teams towards the playoff picture.
I guess I don't look at the standings a lot.
I was asking you because I don't see, and I know we both don't like Toronto. So
not a chance.
That's what I'm saying. So we don't have many teams left.
Nope. We don't like the Senators either.
Well, it does end the streak. Who knows? We'll see. But
we'll see.
Shout out to Tage, who's been really good. So
Tage is awesome.
Yep. Moving on, though, to my first play. I'm going to go to the NBA. Give me Ty Jerome over 11.5 points at -129. If you can only get 12.5 at like -108, that's fine, too. I think he has a solid game in general. He had 20 points in his season debut, despite only playing 20 minutes. After missing basically the entire season, he's finally back. We know Jerome loves to shoot. High-energy guy, and I do think with the lack of, I'd say, proper guard depth on this Grizzlies team, he should get playing time anyway. He scored at least 15 points in 3 straight against Minnesota. I like the spot in general. I actually wonder if he is script-proof, because if they are getting blown out, he's coming off the bench, and if they are playing well, then Jerome's still going to get minutes off the bench. So I think he's going to play regardless, but we know that he's a flamethrower who also can get to the line a lot. It's why he was in series running for 6th man of the year last year. Give me Ty Jerome over 11.5 points at -129 as my first play for the show. Moving on to your second play. I'm assuming it's hockey, obviously. What's going to be your second play for the show?
My second play, I did just take the Jack Quinn. I just was taking it. I like the over in that game too. We're going to go to that Caps game. Hey, look at Andrew McKinnis is in there. We're going to go to this Caps Isles game. They've already confirmed both goalies, and it's neither goalie I'm excited about. We're getting David Rittich, and we're getting Clay Stevenson. So good luck with this one. I'm going to take Justin Sordif has been on a tear lately. I'm going to take his point at +114. He's got points in 5 of his last 10. He's got points in 3 of his last 5. He had a 2-point game a couple weeks ago. He's sitting pretty on this second line. And let me pull up his stats, but he's just been nasty over the last 5 games. 17 minutes of ice time, more than 2.5 shots on goal per game. Of course, individual Corsi of 4.2 and individual high danger chances of 6 over that time, which is nuts. He's got everything that I like on it, minus a large power play share. But since he's been given more ice time, he's been great. And I don't like anything to get past Dave Rittich, so I like to take hot skaters. Give me the point for him again, +114 for Sordif to have a point. If you want, you could bet the goal is +320, which is also fun. But I'm going to go with the point on this one.
Yeah, I'll point out Rittich has not faced many shots lately, but he's still allowing goals, so he's not exactly playing very well. The last couple of games, played the Rangers, gave up 2 goals on 16 shots. Not a great save percentage there. Game before that, he allowed 4 goals on 20 shots to Buffalo. Game before that, he allowed 4 goals on 19 shots to Calgary. So not exactly playing great in net. So there you go. I can get behind that. As you said, he's in good form. And the Islanders, once again, they need Sorokin in net to have any chance of stonewalling people. So, yeah, I can get behind that, especially at that price.
I think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game, period.
It's at 6.5 for a reason, for the total. So Sorokin, I think, is one of the main goalies in the league who is probably worth a goal on total.
Yep.
Because he's significantly better than Rittich. And I think he is right now the favorite to win the Vezina still. So anytime he doesn't play, the Islanders should be worse off. So we'll see what happens. But either way, I like the actual price for a guy in good form against the backup goalie. Anyway, before we get into the other props that we have for the show, a reminder they're brought to you by our sponsor, Avo. So if you want to make more money betting on sports with Avo, then check them out. Great tool. Helps you make a profit every time by using arbitrage and using plus V opportunities. If you don't know what that means, that's fine. Check out the video tutorials they have, step-by-step guides to teach you how to do all that fun stuff. But if you want to check out avo.bet, use the code SGPN for $18 off your purchase. That's avo.bet, code SGPN for $18 off your purchase. We're also brought to you by Kalshi, real money prediction market available in every state. Ton of trading options for the big game, sides, totals, props, first touchdown score, halftime performances, national anthem, everything you could think of. Besides sports, they also have markets like politics, entertainment, and even the weather. And a reminder, if you are new to Kalshi, great sign-up deal courtesy of us. Get $20 for free when you sign up with the code SGPN. That's Kalshi, SHI, code SGPN for a free $20 at sign-up. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finished going through the first couple props that we have for Monday. Time to move on into my second play for the show. Going back to basketball, I'm going to go with VJ Edgecombe under 23.5 PRA at -113. Edgecombe has not been great recently. I mean, a big reason is Embiid's usage because he's actually been very good lately. But Edgecombe has gone under this number in 8 of his last 10 games. And as I alluded to a second ago, when Embiid and Maxey play, of course, Edgecombe's usage takes a nosedive. He's at less than 24 PRA in 7 of his last 8 games with Embiid and Maxey in the lineup. Embiid's probable to play in this game, so I do think that once again, Edgecombe will take a back seat to those two guys. I understand that Paul George is suspended for drug usage, but still, the point is, I do think that Edgecombe's a guy who I like as a player, but when Maxey and Embiid are taking so many shots, I just think this number's a bit high, and the stats reflect that. So give me VJ Edgecombe under on his PRA 23.5 at -113. You're the Philly guy. I'm assuming you co-sign because Maxey and Embiid will take every shot.
Yeah, though Edgecombe got on that Spin Magazine cover. I didn't even know Spin Magazine still existed. But I like that backcourt. They love them both. But I agree. It's when Embiid's playing.
The entire offense flows through Maxey and Embiid, so Edgecombe's kind of just sitting there.
Dude, did you think that this was going to be Maxey's ceiling? Maxey's ceiling is Maxey's.
Well, then I think it was going to be his ceiling when. Like at Kentucky, or you mean?
Yeah, well, he wasn't that kind of guy at Kentucky.
That's why I'm asking. Like,
right? I mean, I guess when he became when he got to the Sixers.
I thought it's weird to evaluate former Calipari players because I think Calipari's abysmal at actually recognizing the best players in his own team.
Yeah, I agree.
Because he had Jamal Murray coming off the bench.
Right?
What?
Hero was Hero on that team?
Hero was on a team. I don't think he was on the same team.
No.
But he had Jamal Murray coming off the bench. Like, I never understood what his whole fascination was with using like Devin Booker off the bench.
Yeah, that was
and a bunch of random stuff. So I never actually knew how good Maxey was in college because I just didn't like the way Calipari used him at all while he was there. I thought he'd be a solid pro. I didn't think he'd be a potential All-NBA guy, but I think he's really good.
I think he's really obviously. What would you say? Would you say he's a top 15 NBA player?
He's definitely top 20. Top 15 you could argue because you have once again I think top 15 makes sense, but I'd have to actually see players in front of me. And I think defensively he can still be a bit better. So top 20 definitely, top 15 probably, but I don't have the list in front of me, so I'd have to look through it. But he's definitely top 20, like no doubt about that. So either way, give me him and Embiid to jack up a bunch of shots in this game. Anyway, I'm moving on to your next play. What do you like?
I'm going to go to sorry, let me just pull it up. I'm going to go to this to Nashville for this Blues and the Preds who have ruined my Saros under wins and have ruined
the Predators had a pretty solid last couple months.
Pretty solid, yeah. They've ruined it. It's fine. You know what? We cashed Gibson over 19.5 wins before the Olympic break.
Yeah. You see the news, by the way, for Nashville today?
No.
Trotz said he's going to retire as GM.
Good. He's not really he's
terrible at it.
He's terrible at that job. So
he should definitely try to be a coach again. I'm just
saying, like financially, he's crippled that team with the
Stamkos contract's terrible. There are a bunch of
there's a bunch of bad contracts on that team.
It's bad. Even the Saros contracts age pretty horribly.
Oh, it's terrible. Anyway, what we're gonna go with though, Jordan Kyrou. We're gonna take his over shots on goal, averaging 3.8 over the last 5. And when I go to the Preds and the last 5, I like to do last 5, guys. If you like last 10, that's fine. I'd like to do last 5. Their last 5, they are abysmal on the shots on goal against per game. With 30, they're averaging giving up. This Blues team started shooting again. Watch out. So anyway, Jordan Kyrou over 2.5 shots on goal, -115. I think it's a great price. He is also, by the way, I'm not just pulling this out of my hat. He has hit this in 6 straight, 7 of his last 10. And against this Blues team, he's hit it in 4 of his last 5. averaging 3.2 during this. Might be a ladder.
I mean, for the record, Kyrou is one of the only players on this entire Blues roster.
He had a healthy scratch
like
2 weeks ago.
No, I know. I mean, this Blues team's terrible, but I don't mind Kyrou. I think Kyrou is fine.
I think Kyrou's fine. Anyway, we're going to go with him over 2.5 shots on goal.
Cool. For my last play, I'm going to go to hockey. I am going to go with a guy who's not going to win MVP, but he'll be invited to the award ceremony. Give me Celebrini. I'll take his over 3.5 shots on goal at -130. He's had at least 4 shots in 11 of his last 14 games. The Blackhawks allow a bunch of shots. 8th most shots allowed per game in the league. I mean, Celebrini's a monster. It's a game with him against Bedard. I expect both of them to try to show up and try to outdo each other. But Celebrini, the hit rate's been solid. Chicago allows a bunch of shots. Good enough for me. Simple but sweet. Give me a solid player to fire against a bad defense. Give me Celebrini over 3.5 shots on goal -130.
If McKinnon doesn't exist, is he the heart?
I think he'd have to be because San Jose's actually like decent. I can't remember the last time they were decent.
Watching him and Bedard take these steps is pretty cool. It reminds me of when Ovi and Sid came in the league.
The last time they were decent, you could argue Hurdle was still on the roster. Like, it's been an eternity since this team was even decent.
But do you think that's a good comp? The Bedard him kind of when Ovi and Malkin, I guess. Ovi, Malkin, and
there was what, a year gap between Crosby and
well, they had the canceled season. So
that's what I'm saying. It was like a year gap, basically.
Year gap. Yep, year gap.
Look, at the end of the day, it's going to be very tough to compare anybody to two of the greatest.
You know what I mean? I meant in terms of
I get what you're saying. The two phenoms who kind of blossomed at the same time.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. I can get behind that.
Yeah. Because that's what I see. That's the immediate thing that I think of with this when I see them is like, because it's been a while since like Slough and like LaFerriere, like a lot of these guys were like 1 picks and they didn't do the same thing, you know? And like Celebrini is legit. And
yeah, there's a 2-year gap between McDavid and McKinnon, so that's 2 years there. They're both really good. I mean, Bedard, I feel like everyone had the expectation of being really good. Like, people thought he was going to be generational, and then he got off to a bad start, and people thought he was overrated.
He's on a bad team.
And then this year he figured it out. He's done a better job defensively because he didn't try in the last couple of years defensively. As for Celebrini, I feel like, I don't want to say he was an afterthought because that sounds disrespectful, but he was not given the same expectations as Bedard was.
No.
And you could argue that he's better than Bedard.
I would argue that.
So, once again, Celebrini's a bit different because Crosby and Ovechkin were hyped up for a long time.
Yes.
Celebrini was hyped, but not to the same caliber as Bedard and the other guys we talked about. But they're both really good young players, and it's nice to see the Sharks and the Blackhawks. I mean, the Blackhawks still aren't very good, but at least, you know, we have some influx of very good young talent. That's what I'll say.
Agreed.
Give me Celebrini and Bedard to just try to outdo each other in this game. That's my thoughts. You have any miscellaneous stuff you want to share? Any bonus bets?
No, I got into stuff late, so check the babies. I'll post stuff later.
Yeah, one bonus bet I had for basketball, James Harden first quarter over 1.5 rebounds.
Ooh, look at you.
I didn't include it as one of my plays because he didn't play yesterday for personal reasons, so I'm not sure if he's going to play in this game, but he's been quite good at recording first quarter rebounds, and Philly's also not good at stopping point guards from getting rebounds. So I like the actual matchup there for Harden. Give me the first quarter rebounds over 1.5 there. Anyway, anything else you want to talk about, or should we just move on into the best bets?
I'll give out one of my Super Bowl props because it's already on the move.
Cool. What do you like?
Drake May under 90.5 passer rating, -115.
And that was on, was it Caesars?
Caesars.
Cool. Yep. You mentioned this to me a couple days ago, and you were very excited about it.
That and my over 7.5 punts, I'm very excited about.
Yes. The ultimate DGen Super Bowl bet, the punts.
No, the punts.
What a fun time.
What did we bet last year? Didn't we bet I think we bet it last year. Will there be a punt within 8 yards of the field goal of the line or something? We bet something like that.
What was it? Punts landed inside the 20.
Yeah. We had over under 2.
Could be. I don't remember. But either way, punts can be a very DGen fun market for the Super Bowl. Anyway, before we get into our best bets for the show, a reminder, they're brought to you by our sponsor, Arnold Fantasy. We'll give out an entry in a few minutes. They have you covered for the big game as well. Choose a player, reveal whether you've unlocked a gimme pick, followed by a boost builder tied to the big game. Underdog is celebrating by hooking players up with bigger boosts. Just submit a boosted entry to unlock an even bigger boost on the next one, all the way up to 60%. And a reminder that new customers have a great sign-up deal. Play just $5, $75 bonus fund to decide the promo code SGPN at Underdog Fantasy. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. They've been great since the season, especially on props. Check them out for the Super Bowl. They have sides, totals, props, all that fun stuff. And a reminder, check them out for golf as well. Fun fact, by the way, Adam, I couldn't sleep last night, so I ended up going on Rhythm, and I checked the golf models at like 5 in the morning.
They're fun, man.
Yeah, I looked into it, actually, so I might place a golf play, courtesy of Rhythm. But either way, looking at the actual props they like for the NBA, they are a fan of
cooking,
Rudy
by the
Gobert.
way. They've been absolutely cooking on NBA lately.
Yeah, they're a fan of Rudy Gobert under 12.5 rebounds as one of their favorite plays, a minus 130. That's a smart signal. So there you go. Rudy Gobert under 12.5 rebounds. Anyway, once again, if you want to check out Rhythm, you can get the premium version of the platform. But when you do so, use the code SGPN25. When you download the app, and it'll get a nice 25% off your first month. That's Rhythm, RATHMM, code SGPN25 for a quarter off your first month at Rhythm. Welcome back, everyone, to the Propcast. Finish going through our props for the show. Time to move on into the best bet segment. Adam, what is your best bet for the show?
This Jordan Kyrou over 2.5 shots on goal. Form of this reckless form of this Preds team.
Yep,
it's fucking ruining.
Beat the Islanders the other day.
I know they did. I mean, the Islanders are good, but they're not like.
I don't think they're very good, but they find ways to survive.
They do find ways.
Every Islander game feels like a survival.
That game was bonkers. There was a lot of bonkers games this weekend. There was a couple games, like multiple games, came down to like the last minute.
Yeah, the Islanders led 2-0. They immediately gave up 2 goals, and then they were headed to overtime. They gave up a goal with a minute to go.
Remember when we lost that Penn's puck line?
Oh my god. That's probably the worst loss of the season that I've had.
That's the worst loss. We've made back enough with that. We've won a lot on that team.
They were up 6-3 with a minute to go. How do you blow the puck line?
I don't know, but we made a lot of money on them, given that we had them for worst record, so that's nullified. Yeah. But that was not cool.
I'll tell you what, though. You know what was a worse beat than that one?
What?
Bruins money line yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that was a terrible
5-1.
I had the over. But
they were up 5-1. They had a goalie fight. They blew the game, and then Pastrnak scored, and they called the back for a penalty. I
know. I had the Pasta goal.
I know. But how do you go back in time and call a penalty after a 2-on-1 goal? How does that happen? I think that loss was worse, if you want to compare the two. But they're both really bad.
People who had the who was it? The Caps or the Canes played. The Canes won a game in the final minute too.
Well, we had a miracle win yesterday.
I had the Blues lose me in regulation game the other day.
I think it balanced out though. We had a miracle win with the Ducks and the over yesterday.
Oh yeah, I went to bed and I woke up and we won. We won both.
The Ducks were fine, except they had an empty netter with a minute to go, and then the Knights scored with 6 seconds left while up a guy to send the game over the total. So we won because they scored on a 6-on-5, a meaningless goal with 6 seconds left. That's how we won.
Relevant to some.
It balances out. So there you go. But either way. Yeah, that Bruins loss was just insane stuff. For my best bet, give me Ty Jerome. Over 11.5 points, minus 129. He showed up first game. I thought he was dead. He came back and he dropped 20 points. So I like the actual matchup. I think that it's a solid role for him on a bad team with really no guards at all. I think he just keeps shooting. So give me Ty Jerome over on his 11.5 points as my best bet. Moving on to Underdog. Adam, do you want to recycle anything? Do you want to use the Gobert option from Rhythm?
Yeah, why not? Let's do this.
Cool. So we'll do that. That's one option there.
Gobert under rebounds?
Yeah. It was the 12.5, I believe.
Okay. Lower.
Yeah. So 12.5 there. I don't know if you wanted to recycle any.
I like, he didn't make my card, but I like Dahlin to have a point.
Okay, so let's do Dahlin point, and you know what? We'll throw in the Harden 1.5 first quarter rebounds.
Perfect.
So we'll do that.
Cool. All right, so we got Rasmus Dahlin, higher, 0.5 points. Rudy Gobert, lower, 12.5 rebounds. James Harden, higher, 1.5 first quarter rebounds. A 5.27 multiplier, $50. Allegedly wins us $263, but we know that that's fake. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But either way, I do remember another bad beat, by the way.
Tell me.
Happened to me on the NBA Gambling Podcast yesterday. We were doing the underdog entry, and my connection froze, and I didn't know it froze. So I talked for 2 straight minutes without knowing that nobody could hear me. And then I had to jump in at the end without knowing that everything I just said was a waste of time.
That is certainly a bad beat.
That is 2 minutes down the drain. So there you go. Anyway, we're back once again on Wednesday. That is the big Super Bowl extravaganza show. For that episode, by the way, we are doing 5 props each, not 3. It's the final NFL game of the season, obviously, so we're going to go big because it is a finale for the season. A very profitable season, by the way. But once again, Wednesday, we'll be back for the Super Bowl, 5 props each. Then we'll be back again for Thursday for the NBA and the NHL before the Olympic break starts. Anyway, till next time, find me on Twitter, Reichel Radio. Find him on Twitter at Rosenberg. And good luck to all of you and all of your bets.